Peak Physique Project Day 10. Here we go. This is your 30-day bodybuilding blueprint. Now, talk about some nutrition. Last 9 days have been intros plus training. Now it's time to move on to nutrition. But you know the game. Foundations are first. So let's talk about the foundation of all the nutrition. Number 1, simplicity breeds consistency. That just means let's find something that works for you that's fairly simple to keep intact on a daily basis, weekly basis, monthly basis to your goal. What I like to do and what Robin and I do is we have bulk cooking of protein and carbs, and then we'll throw in some veggies here and there, and that's kind of how we do it for the week. So for example, if I'm eating 6 meals a day, breakfast is always the same. And then meal 2 and 4 are always the same. Meal 3 and 5 are always the same, and then I'll usually be a little bit flexible on meal 6 depending on if we're going to go out to dinner or if I'm a show prep, etc. Now, even that is a little more complicated than people need. I've had simpler diet plans for myself and my clients, but the main thing is what fits your lifestyle, what fits your ability to continue to stay consistent in your meal consumption, and what's going to help you along the way to enjoy the process, because it doesn't have to be a miserable process. It should be a balance of healthy choices, tasting good, and also enjoying what the world has to offer to a point. Which leads me to number 2. Don't be so strict in your in-the-box thinking, because that puts you in a place that is not sustainable. I know that through experience, personally, and with other people that I've coached that want to be as strict as possible. It's a very short time that they last, and then usually the offset of that final protocol completion is an extreme rebound on the other side, which is not what we're looking for. We're looking for a lifestyle for a lifetime. So number 2 would be follow the 80-20 rule. 80% healthy options 80% of the time. 20% flexible, I guess, for lack of a better term, because there's no such thing as good or bad food in a general sense. And that would be 20% flexible foods 20% of the time. That includes your day, that includes your week, that includes your month and your year. Number 3, let's learn what you need per meal to get your macros, so you're not constantly having to count nutritional numbers for the rest of your life. Like, if this is gonna be a lifestyle for a lifetime, people are like, how many calories you take in? I'm like, I don't know, about 4,000, because I never count a calorie. I'm generally there on my protein, carbs, and fats, but if I'm high or low, it's not a big deal, because the consistency over the long term is more important than whether you're 20 grams off protein or 30 grams over on carbs on any specific day. How do we do that? Well, within the first 1 to 3 weeks, you're going to have a general understanding of portion size per meal with the foods that you choose. After that, you're kind of generally in the zone of where you need to be. If you just follow that for the rest of your life, you'll be fine. And of course, if you bring in a new food, introduce a new meal, you might want to adjust initially and then go from there based on habit. But it always comes back to small, seemingly insignificant actions over a long period of time is what gets you to your goal, right? There are times where we'll be a little bit more strict. There'll be times where you're a little bit more flexible. There are times where you need to enjoy meals with family and friends. There are times where there's holidays, and there's some exceptions to the rules when you're going out and about and traveling. And, you have to find a way to build the lifestyle for a lifetime. Follow the 80-20 rule. Keep it simple. Stay consistent. And there truly is no wrong plan except for the one that you don't do. And what I mean by that is, if you're just winging it the entire time, it's going to be hard for you to understand what got you to the results that you desire, if you get there at all, and then how to go from where you're at to where you want to go next. Anyway, today we'll close it out there, and tomorrow we're going to talk about macros, numbers, and how to break that down based on your own body type. I don't need to know much about your specifics, but I can give you a general guideline that you could follow that's going to give you results 90% of the time, maybe even closer to 98% of the time. Again, simplicity breeds consistency, and that's where we're headed. Anyway, on to the next video.